Did you like questions are very common in the speaking test for part 1. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to answer this type of question when you do your speaking test. Stick around and watch until the end of the video so that you get all of the examples to understand the question and you know the strategies you can use to do better in part 1 of the speaking test. The first question then is, what are did you like questions? The easiest way to explain this is through some examples. Let me show you some examples then. Did you like to play sports when you were a child? Did you like candy when you were a child? When you were a child, did you like studying languages? So you'll notice that these all contain when you were a child phrase. And of course, here you're going to use the past simple tense to answer them. The two structures you need to remember are used to and would. Now, how to answer these kind of questions? There are two steps to answering a did you like question. The first step is to answer either no or yes. And then the second step is to add either a reason or anecdote to explain why you say no, I didn't like it, or yes, I did. Let's start with step number 1 to answer yes or no. Now, of course, you can say yes, I did or no, I didn't. That's fine, but to be honest, it's a little bit boring. So here's a little tip, and the tip is to use adverbs. Some adverbs to answer yes would be like this: absolutely, totally, completely, always. And then if you want to answer no, then you'll probably need to use not after the adjective. So you can say something like absolutely not, decidedly not. There is also never. So that's the first step. Use those adverbs to answer in a positive or negative way. Remember, it's completely up to you whether you choose the yes or the no side. It really depends on your preferences. Once you have done that, you need to explain why you are saying yes or why you are saying no. Now, there are two possibilities here. The first one is to give a reason. Let's look at that. For giving a reason, it's useful to have the language, this is because. Here are a couple of examples. So the question, did you play sport when you were a child? You can answer like this: oh, completely. This is because all my friends used to play football on the street after school. Another one. Did you like candy when you were a child? Oh, absolutely. This is because the colours of the candy looked so eye-catching. As well as reasons, you can also use an anecdote. And an anecdote means a small story from your experience that explains why you answer yes or no. Here are some examples to show you. This time, let's say the examiner asks you, did you like cooking when you were a child? Your answer with an anecdote could be like this: absolutely. When I was a child, I used to watch my mum prepare the evening meal. Sometimes I helped her do things like mash the potatoes. Another example with an anecdote. Let's say the examiner asks you, did you watch television when you were a child? And your answer? Always. When I was a child, I used to watch television between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening. At this time, my parents were around and they tended to watch television with me. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how to answer "Did you like?" questions. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this. This should be a pretty easy question for you to handle in part 1 of the speaking test, so don't panic too much about it. Let me just summarize the 2-step strategy. Step number 1, answer yes or no. Use adverbs to make it more interesting. Step number 2, give a reason or an anecdote, that is a small story that explains why you say yes or no. And there's one more tip. When you use your adverb to answer yes or no, this is where you can apply some pronunciation to show either positive or negative attitudes. Try to show some enthusiasm. So rather than just being like a kind of dead man and saying, "Oh, absolutely," try and be positive and show that emotion. Absolutely. Or if it's negative, you can say, "Oh, never." Maybe shake your head when you're speaking or nod your head if it's positive to kind of get your body language into that emotional expression mood. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has given you a quick tip on how to answer one of the common questions in Speaking Part 1. Remember to like this channel if you want to get more tips on how to improve your performance in the IELTS test. IELTS Breakthrough helps students and professionals to get a higher score in IELTS. We focus on the academic version of IELTS, the general training and life skills. The videos and tips are completely free, so remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. In the meantime, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, week or weekend, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.